Hi, this is Mike from Every Ancillary, and this training is intended for premium members to show you how to use the platform to build your million-dollar ancillary business. The medical ancillary sector is vast, with hundreds of opportunities. Many sales reps waste their time continually chasing that one magic program that's going to make them rich. In reality, top performers in this industry have one thing in common. They form close alliances with a small group of practices and, in essence, become their practice ancillary consultant. Ancillary programs come and go, but the one constant is their relationship with the practice. This platform is designed to do just that, help you to become a practice ancillary consultant, becoming a single point of contact for all of their medical ancillary needs. In this training, I'm going to cover an introduction on how to use the Every Ancillary Platform to get the maximum benefit, as well as share some key characteristics and habits of the top performers in this sector. Having worked with hundreds of sales professionals, I've identified the 9 traits that are shared by the top producing performers in this sector. In this video, I will share these traits along with some practical guidance on how you can begin building your successful medical ancillary business. The first characteristic of successful reps is vision. They set goals and they write them down. If your goal is to make $1 million a year, then you need to earn $83,000 per month. If you're just getting started and you're sitting on zero, then this can seem like an insurmountable feat. However, if done properly, this can be achieved with a small number of practices. Your ultimate goal should be to get 4 to 6 practices to let you be their ancillary coordinator. Once you've set your long-term and short-term goals, you'll need to come up with a strategy. Top performers are good planners. If you're new to this sector, a good strategy is to start with an area that you have the most connection. If your goal is to set up 5 new practices over the next 5 months, then you'll need to reverse engineer it and set specific benchmarks. Not every lead is going to close, and not everybody who says yes is going to follow through. So this has to be worked into your plan. If your goal is 1 new practice per month, then you'll probably need to gain commitment from 3 to be safe. 1 will drag their feet, 1 will not come through at all, and 1 will come through. To get 3 commitments, you probably need to get in front of 30 clinics, or 1.5 per day. For most people, this would take 10 to 12 sales calls per day in order to meet that goal. Making your first dollar should be your most important short-term goal, so you should start with low-hanging fruit. Do you have any established relationships to medical clinics? Do you know anyone that you can connect with in medical clinics? Is there a particular specialty that you know more about than others? Once you've established your target market, you can do internet searches to find your target audience. Research the websites of your target practices and see what services they may be already offering. Also, look for local associations or study groups. Most specialties have local or regional chapters. Find out when and where they meet. The role you're taking on as a practice consultant is not an easy task. It takes a commitment to constantly educate yourself on every program so that you fully understand the landscape of this sector. Only then can you be a true resource to your clients. At Every Ancillary, we've made it much simpler to stay on top of the latest industry trends, but it still requires a huge commitment from you, the consultant. Our medical ancillary training videos are embedded on each vendor page. These are intended to be the cliff notes for this sector, giving you only the important information you need to know without all the fluff. Top performers commit themselves to constantly improving their knowledge. If you're just getting started, it's recommended that you pick 1 to 2 specialties and start by just learning the programs that are addressable to that market. Countless psychological studies have proven that the act of writing boosts your comprehension and memory. A good strategy to learn is to watch each training video 1 to 2 times while taking notes of some of the key points. Then review the catalog page to fill in any details you may have missed. Once you feel like you have mastered the portfolio, you must still commit yourself to 1 to 2 hours per week for studying. Now that you've established a goal and studied each program, it's time to execute. The top performers in this sector use every tool that's available to them. As a premium member, you are provided with every available resource to be successful. The most valuable tools that you have are your clinic presentation deck, your catalog with practice questionnaire, your affiliate website, the quick start guides, and one-on-one coaching. Have your clinic presentation deck loaded on a tablet and have it memorized. It's important that the practice doesn't see you as just another rep. The clinic presentation deck will not only shift the clinic's paradigm about how to implement ancillary programs into their practice, but it helps establish your credibility as a true professional who can deliver on what you promise. This sets you leaps and bounds ahead of the competition. As does the comprehensive catalog. Those who are currently using the catalogs are witness to their efficacy. Countless practices have given feedback that the comprehensive catalog is a terrific resource for the practice, saving them countless hours of research. You can present these catalogs with the confidence in knowing that you possess the single best resource in the medical ancillary space, and that doctors want this catalog. Again, this sets you far ahead of the competition and establishes you as a true professional who can deliver a lot of value to the practice. Your comprehensive catalog dovetails with your affiliate website. The catalog is a great resource to parse through the different programs, but your website is a good resource to take a more in-depth dive on any programs the doctor wants to research further. Each program has quick start guides which help you navigate through the different closing and follow-through steps, plus contact information in case you need help. Those are located within each vendor portal. Finally, leverage the decades of experience of the management team at Every Ancillary. Premium members are entitled to unlimited coaching sessions. We are available to do calls with your clinics, or in some cases may come to do an in-person face-to-face. Another trait shared by the most successful people in our sector is sincerity. I cannot stress enough how important this trait will be to your success. Remember, your strategy should not involve any selling whatsoever, but rather position yourself as a true medical ancillary consultant who can show each practice the full landscape of what's currently available. The minute you try to pressure a clinic into doing something, they'll see you as a sales rep. Authenticity sells. You don't need to put on an act about who you think they want you to be. Just be yourself. The beauty of this platform is that you don't need to connect with every doctor in town. You just need to find the 4 to 6 doctors that you connect with the best. Tell them about yourself. How did you get into this sector? What are you hoping to achieve? Let them know that you'll work tirelessly on their behalf. However, as the old saying goes, telling ain't selling. In order to build trust with a practice, you must come through on your word. If you tell them that you're going to be at their practice from 3 to 4 p.m. every weekday this week to check on a new service, you better do it. This dovetails with the next important key to your success, staying organized. I've seen loads of people with talent and connections squander opportunities because they lack organizational skills. The Every Ancillary platform makes it much easier to access materials for multiple vendors. However, it's important for you as the consultant to track your interactions. Most consultants use CRM programs like Zoho or Pipedrive. It's not important which CRM you use as long as you use something. At any given point, you should be able to recall each of the previous interactions you have with your clients and what the next steps are to move the relationship forward. Major pharmaceutical and device companies train their reps to pre-call plan. What do you want to accomplish on your next visit? What do you know about the prospect? Where can I get the information? What am I going to say if I get to speak with the doctor? And what's my backup plan? If there's one thing that's constant in our sector, it's that nothing is constant. The benefit of utilizing the Every Ancillary platform is that you have an abundance of solutions that you can add to each practice. For reps who sell a single program for a single vendor, they can get caught into the precarious situation where their program falls out of favor or the vendor does not come through, leaving them defensive with their clients. You have the benefit of being customer focused, meaning your loyalty is not with the vendor but always with the clinic. You can proactively remove programs that are not working for the clinic. Medical sales can be difficult for some because of the psychological barrier of presenting ideas to someone who is more highly educated in the field of medicine. However, remember that you are a practice consultant, not a medical sales rep. Your role is extremely valuable and you can become an asset to a practice that chooses to work with you. Large health systems employ full-time ancillary coordinators. This is the role that you will fill for them, without the hassle and expense of a full-time employee. That has tremendous value. This needs to be conveyed to your prospective clients. They don't have to jump in with both feet, but ultimately you are going to make a commitment to them and you expect the same in return. This means establishing goals and benchmarks. Put simply, as you review the different options for their practice, ask them what's important to them. What are their specific goals and when would they like to achieve these goals? If you have a practice that doesn't fulfill their commitment, then you need to be ready to pull the plug. You can politely remind them of the goals that they had told you about, but it takes cooperation on their end. Your time is valuable too, and chasing doctors is an inefficient use of your time. Remember, you're not toothless. You don't need to work with every practice in town. 4 to 6 practices will keep you plenty busy and pay you enormous commissions. The sooner you plug into these 4 to 6 practices, the sooner you can stop looking for new clients and focus 100% of your time on existing clients. Not to mention, doctors will respect you more if you put your foot down. They are used to stringing along sales reps because they know sales reps are desperate to make a sale, so they'll keep coming back. You need to make the distinction clear to them that you are a practice consultant, not a sales rep. You don't have time to chase, and you won't play that game. Each of these traits are important to your success. However, there is one trait that trumps all others. Beyond IQ and talent, what most affects your ability to achieve your goals is grit. Grit is a combination of passion and perseverance, a belief that any failure can be overcome. There's not a single successful person in this industry that I've met that's had an easy path to success. There are so many variables and externalities in this sector that disappointment and failure are common. What separates top performers is that they stay focused on their long-term goals, regardless of whatever setbacks they've faced. It's a consistency of effort, especially in the face of adversity. Remember that you're not alone. At Every Ancillary, we're committed to helping you succeed. We're always available to assist in any capacity. We're honored that you've put your faith in us, and we look forward to helping you build your successful medical ancillary business.